Alright, welcome back. Continuing the playthrough. Now, I know I said I was going to be doing the Cathedral of the Deep next. We're going to go into the beginning of the cathedral. And since the Ashes of Ariandel DLC has been part of the game, it's accessible right away as soon as you get into the Cathedral of the Deep. Which means I usually postpone going into the cathedral until I head into the Ashes of Ariandel DLC and I run through it. There's a lot of good stuff to get early on versus waiting, and I mean, it is kind of tough, so this is definitely optional of when you want to go in and do this, but the earlier the better, because when you get the higher up stuff earlier in the game, it gives you that slight advantage as you're playing through. So we're gonna head in as soon as we get past this spot. We'll grab the Estus shard that's at the beginning, and then we'll talk to Gale and head into the DLC. Alright. So there's a bunch of undead dogs right here, and crossbowmen as well. So we're going to target the dogs with fire arrows, and then a normal arrow. And take them out first. Ah, missed. There we go. And as soon as you shoot the crossbow guys, they're basically alerted to your position. Use the trees as cover and take them out. And I mean, using a bow is way easier in this spot than trying to do a melee. With as weak as these enemies technically are, in this type of setup, they're a huge pain in the ass. Stop. Oh, I just missed him. Probably not gonna hit. I mean, we could probably run through and finish it at this point. There's not many left. Let's speed this along. Ah, you little bastard running away. And there's only one single item. I believe it's just some souls right over here. Yeah. Throughout the Cathedral of the Deep, just a FYI, all of the crossbowmen have the arbalest crossbow. So if you get any drops from the crossbow guys, you can get the arbalest a little bit early. There is one of those crossbows that you can pick up a little bit later in the area. It's a great crossbow if you need to use a crossbow. And some of the guys will commit suicide and chase after you. They do quite a bit of damage, but you can also use them to your advantage. When they explode, they hurt the other enemies around the area as well. So if you lead them into like a group or a harder enemy, you can use that to your advantage. Alright, so we picked up the Estus shard, and we'll head in and go. There's one item in here in the inner doors. We'll light up the bonfire and then head into the DLC. One thing I like to do, if you like to fuck with people, I'll come in here and I'll use a dried finger. I'll talk to Gale and queue up the option to say yes or no.
Not mine. I need a pro if you.
And then you can kind of just chill with the dialogue box open. And it doesn't even look like you're close enough for it. And then wait for someone to invade and let them run up to you and let them think they're gonna hit you, and then just hit accept, and it stops them right there. And whoever's in your game invading you is forced to watch the cutscene as long as you let it play.
Just a moment.
It is kind of dick, but it's, I don't know, I think it's always funny.
The painting of Ariandel.
I'm sure someone that's hearing this right now is probably hating me.
Rotted scrap of it then.
Alright. And
How critical is
so we'll start in the cave, grab some of the rime blue moss clumps to protect against frostbite. It might be a good idea to equip some armor that has good frost protection. I mean, I'm right at 70%. A decent amount of enemies use the frost against you, I guess, but a majority of them don't. The real key to using the frost protection is when you're facing Frida. But alright, so it's kind of an open area until we get to the little town. We're going to start off by going to the left side. There's going to be one of these guys throwing a spear. And the very first spear he throws will always miss. The first one only will always miss. It'll give you a warning that he's there, and you can just go over and kill him. If you're coming into this early, like I am, I mean, what, I got a +4 and I'm level 34. I mean, just be careful. Find out what it takes to kill him. Like how many hits it takes to kill each guy, so you have an idea. Because, I mean, dealing with a lot of the enemies in this DLC, it's kind of you deal with them in groups. You get hit with a lot of groups that attack in different ways, and they flank you and whatnot. So knowing exactly how many hits it's going to take to kill one of them will help you plan out and strategize how to get through it. Alright, so we continue. We just did the left side of this area, and we're gonna make our way over to the right. There's a whole bunch of them sitting up on the hill, and he's the only one walking around. Quite frankly, I'm not even gonna deal with him. There's nothing else in this immediate area. We're gonna run straight over into a snowbank and drop, and not deal with these guys at all. There's no items that are all that great in this immediate area. I'm gonna grab this one just because it's there and I can. But we're gonna run down and to the right, and we're gonna move quickly and cover as much ground as quickly as we can, because these wolves are going to be on our ass. Watch out for the trees that come alive. There's one item halfway up, and at the top there's another item. The top item is a weapon, and we just want to avoid these guys as much as we can. Drop down and run to the bonfire to reset the area. Alright, that clears this top section, basically. There's not a whole lot to this. We're gonna run back and head around and drop off the snowbank again, and we'll go to the left this time and take make our way to the bonfire by the bridge. I'm not even going to bother with him, because as soon as you start fighting him, all the other ones come down. Stay to the left, go up the hill. On the right hand side of the hill there will be an item. It's nothing really important, but just grab it because, and it's a good place to, oh, it's a large Titanite shard. Never mind, I definitely get that. And I think this is the frozen weapon spell. Yep. And just keep going down. There, I think there's some black fire bombs around here. Just follow the pathway down and down and down. And right up around here, we should get to the bonfire. There's no more enemies in front of us. They're all in the back of us now. I'm gonna head across the bridge and grab a hollow gem on the right hand side of the I don't know what you want to call this building. It's kind of a church, I guess. Kind of. Actually, I'm pretty sure it's supposed to have a bell in there, so it's supposed to kind of be like I don't know, maybe like the shrine of this painting, because with the bell. I mean, the bell's missing, but it's supposed to be in there, so. Head around to the right hand side, grab the hollow gem.
Well, you look to be unkindled. No doubt. If you've lost your way,
oh, there it goes again.
The words of Lady Frida will guide you. Now.
Alright, let's head in. Let's light up this bonfire. Talk to her twice and get the chill bite ring. Protect against frost. And I'm not even gonna put it on. I'm not too worried about it. One of the main reasons, like one of the bigger reasons that I want to come into the DLC as early as I can, the Ashes of Ariandel DLC. There's a blessed gem in here, and it is the absolute earliest you can get a blessed gem. And there, altogether, there's 3 Titanite slabs, and one of them is not that hard to get. So the blessed gem and a Titanite slab is very, very early in the game. And I mean, the crazy ass tree that you have to fight to get the Titanite slab is pretty difficult, but if you just get a weapon and put fire on it and just fucking spam her with it, it's not too difficult at all that way. Because you keep attacking her with fire and she'll keep getting stunned by it and not attacking you. Alright, anyway, so we're backtracking. Stay to the rocks on the left. I probably should have ate some grass, but whatever. And a huge ass wolf is gonna jump down. I'm not gonna fight it. I don't give a shit about it. It's not worth it. You have to kill him twice to get 3 large Titanite shards. Not worth it. Alright, so we come around the corner and we go through the very first doorway right here, and it'll disappear. The large wolf will disappear at least. The smaller ones, not so much. Oh, you fucker, dude. Damn it. Alright. And just like pretty much everywhere else, we're going to avoid fighting as many of these enemies as we can. I'm going to make my way into the tower, and I also... Actually, I'm gonna make my way around to the backside of the tower where the Blessed Gem is, and then go inside. On the way, I'm gonna grab a heavy gem that is being protected by this guy. Ah, and he got me. Fuck. Well, so much for that. You die. Shit happens. Alright, I'm gonna collect my souls and then do what I said earlier. Shit, there's two of them. Ah! Oh, fuck. Alright, most of the time, nothing will follow you back here, but sometimes they do, so... If you're lucky, they'll try and follow you back here and fall off the edge. Shit. I swear I rolled. God fucking damn it. Okay. Back once again. This is turning out great. I'm gonna try and get my souls for the second time and go inside the fucking tower. I'm not even gonna waste any time. We're gonna go in and go for the ladder. There's a guy that's gonna come down the stairs. There he is. Oh, fuck! Jesus fucking Christ, man. God. Fucking assholes. Alright. Let me collect myself. Alright. Now that we're at the top of the ladder, I have a moment of peace. The guy that's been shooting arrows at you is right behind you. You can sneak up on him and fucking backstab him and knock him out of the window. He will die, I promise. But do it very carefully. There you go. Hopefully we can actually get the item. Half the time he'll die as he hits the rocks, and the item that he drops is levitating a little bit off the ground and you can't reach it. It's fucking annoying. So up and up we go, outside the opening in the wall and up another ladder. Make sure you come out here onto the scaffolding. Captain's ashes, give that to the shrine handmaid. Get access to the arrows they use, the armor they wear, and 3 refined gems. And we're gonna drop down on this side. Get the Millwood battle axe. It's one of the best axes in the game. It's pure physical damage, unlike the Dragonslayer axe, which is split. So it is a really, really good axe. I'm gonna pop an ember right now. So let's see. Yeah, so we can just go down to the stairs, and then we're gonna roll out onto the wooden ledge right here. And when you drop down, we're going to drop down onto the crystal lizard on this side and then come up and grab this item, which I believe is their shield, and it automatically comes with a regen built into it. So, oh my god, it fucking missed. There. I've never had it miss before. Yeah, there's their shield. A really good shield. At this point, I mean, sometimes I'll just shoot arrows at him. Poison arrows work really well to take him out, but it takes forever. So I'm probably just gonna run past him and move along for this. Alright, so we're gonna exit out of here. I'm gonna make a run for their bow. Don't go up that way yet. Skip that and take the next path up this way. And then to the kind of the left-hand side a little bit. Veer off to the left. There's gonna be 2 of the Viking dudes with archery. Grab that and then get the hell out of here. And now we'll go over to the path we skipped over and head that way. Right up to the left here. The large giant wolf is going to make another appearance now. Just keep going. As soon as you hit the snowbank, you're all good. And yeah, you're out of the way of that. None of them will come down here. Slowly make your way down. The ledge before the bottom has some souls at it. And now we're back to the bonfire that we lit earlier, right before the bridge. To refresh everything. And I mean, I'm still holding on to that Estus shard I picked up at the cathedral. You're more than welcome to head back to the shrine and reinforce your Estus flask. I'm just making my way through the area without traveling back and forth. To this side. Okay, so we went down the ladder and we're heading this way. It's a shriving stone. Not too important, but it's here. Just gonna grab it. And we'll head down this way. You can, oh, there's a crystal lizard. If it runs off the cliff, it should die automatically. There it is, a large titanite shard. See, this is like the largest concentration of large titanite shards you can get at this point in the game. There'll be 2 of the followers, Legion soldiers, the follower soldiers. I don't know. I know one spits fire for sure. Yeah, so one spits fire. This one right in front of me has a sword, so I'm going for him first. Get the hell back. All right, there we go. What do we get? A titanite shard. Their armor, the helmet is really good, and they drop Titanite shards and their armor. I don't think they drop anything else. They might rarely drop a large Titanite shard. Alright, so we're going to slide down the snowbank and we're about to go into the village. If you go around the corner here, there's an item right around here. And then we'll go back up and go straight forward up this way. And I mean, if you go down there, down there, there's no items that you can pick up down there. There's just a bunch of fucking half-dead fucking chickens or whatever they are, the Corvian fucking chickens. I don't know, whatever. Budding green blossom, and then just make your way through the doorway here. And you cannot go left yet, but we're gonna go right. And the Corvian Knight, I believe, yeah, the one with the claws there, is gonna come this way. We are going to avoid it as much as possible and go up the ladder. Shit. Depending on how close he follows me, I'll grab that item. It's nothing particularly good, but I mainly just want to get up the ladder and get away from it. Pick up the ember and talk to this guy right here.
Well. Oh, finally, you have come. Oh, my, you.
Exhaust all of his dialogue.
Oh, like.
Yep, that was it. And so there's two buildings on this side of the bridge, and this one here has the bonfire. And then that's it for on this side of the bridge, pretty much. We're gonna cross, and we're gonna do a couple of circles. This map is made for just constant fucking backtracking, so we'll try and do as little as possible. Go around to the left. Head into the first house. Grab the ember, stay along the edge here, and we're gonna drop down and grab the simple gem that's right there. There is one of these little creepy crawly guys down here, so we'll do a drop attack on it. And I mean, at this point, so we gotta drop down here twice altogether, this time and one more time to get everything. You can, when you run, you have to run back to the ladder and avoid the Corvian Knight again. You can definitely just use a homeward bone and warp back to the bonfire. I'm gonna try and get this item this time. See if I can do it. There we go. I'm not even gonna bother sitting down at the bonfire yet. Just head right across the bridge and go right on back to the way we just went. And this time we will go across the bridge to the left. Careful not to fall. It's a little bit steep here. And there's a guy right up here and he'll push you. So be careful of that. Ah, shit. Go figure. Alright, so you can kind of see how this rock juts out towards the other side. We're gonna jump across this. It's pretty easy to do. grab this off the ledge, but do not fall down in there. That's where the bonfire is that we came from. Once we get past this wall, there's going to be a few of these nasty guys puking at you. Or is it just one? Yeah, I guess it's just one. There is a house you go into where there's like 3 of them. Alright, make sure to break the barrels. We're going to make a jump to that rock to grab that item. It looks like it's really far, but it's not that hard to do. And at this point, I'm definitely just going to warp back to the bonfire. Alright. Now we're going to go into the village. There'll be a different type of Corvian Knight. He has the claws that he can throw, like they're like illusionary daggers off of. We'll stop and hide from him right here. It's like an S-stock with a claw on the other hand. Both the Corvian Knights are pretty hard to kill actually, especially at low levels. We're just gonna sneak on by here. And we're gonna drop down off this little cliff and kill the fly, or the flies. Grab the dark gem. And I mean, you can, one way to deal with him is to cheese him through the wall. You can hit him through the wall and wait for him to come back close to it again. I mean, if you're coming here and you're low leveled, cheesing stuff is the way to go. What's he doing over here? Come on around, buddy. I missed. I think he's stuck over there. He usually will hang out right by the window and try and hit you. Oh, here he comes. Just get like a good long weapon and a couple of charged R2s. And notice how I move the camera like this? That's so my so my character will attack upwards. Yeah, he's got a little bit of reach too. So stay back when he's attacking. His combos can do quite a bit of damage. One more should do it. Where are you going? There, done. Let's head out and see what we got. Large Titanite shard. I guess that's not too bad. I'm gonna try and get up on the rooftops. There's a little trick. You can run up on these rocks and jump to the roof right here. There we go. Just like that. That's the easiest way to do it. I mean, you can follow the pathway along the left side of the buildings right here and go up a ladder on the other side, but this is definitely the better way to go. Run and jump to the next roof. I'm gonna pull out a bow and shoot some of these guys. A few of them have magic that shoot Farron's darts at you, so it's a good idea to just take them out. It's like the ones that are hunched over shoot the Farron's darts, and these guys are kind of like squatting down a little more, and they don't shoot Farron's darts. They're there to drop on top of you when you're down, going through the pathway there. Man, I need to upgrade my bow. Ah, you fucker. He looks so silly with the arrows all over him. I don't think I'm gonna shoot every single one of these guys because it's gonna take too long. I'll take this one out and call it good. I don't know what the hell they were thinking when they made these things. It's like, let's make some half-dead birds with no feathers. Their fucking bowels, prostate, like hanging out of them, and their attack is just vomiting on you. Like, what the fuck? Alright. Let's, alright, so the first building we come to, we'll go there. We'll drop down. As soon as we drop down, there's a few of them that are gonna try and puke on us, so roll as soon as you hit the ground. Ah, shit, that was a waste. Got one. And if you've given all the ashes to the handmaid, at this point you should be able to buy the blooming purple moss, which will cure the toxic if you happen to get the toxic poison. But we just picked up the Slave Knight set, the armor set. This is the armor set that Gale wears. It's not bad. Yeah, it's cool looking. I like the way it looks a lot. If you're into fashion souls. Alright, now we have to get back on the roof. Let's see if I can do this in one shot again like I did earlier. Well, at least I'm doing something right tonight. Besides just dying to the... Oh, I spoke too soon. Here, let's just go around. I'll show you this way. Watch out for everyone that's trying to push you off the ledge. And then there'll be a guy puking up here. We'll go around to the side of the wall. There's one more guy right there. Pick up the souls. You know, they're sucked up body. How do they have so much vomit to spew out anyway? And they drop shit. They literally drop shit. Alright, so once you get up on the roof, you just want to drop right back down onto this bridge. It's the only way to access this bridge here. And we're going to head straight into the building that's in front of us. Don't go too fast because you don't want to fall off the scaffolding on right here. We're going to follow the scaffolding around the side. And make a circle around to the other side of the house. Up onto the roof. And we're gonna kill these two fucking freaks of nature. I need to heal, just in case. Ah, I'm trying to avoid that. And on the roof is the crow talons. It is a really fun weapon to use. Die. And I think, is it morsels? Yeah, morsels right here. Okay. And then if you go into the house that had the bridge that we dropped onto, and just drop on down, there's nothing down here. You can open this door, and that nearly completes everything here. But we're gonna head back up the ladder here and drop down immediately to this ladder. And follow the rooftops back into the taller tower here that has a ladder where you can go up. And you got a crystal lizard right over there. But you also have a Corvian knight with the crow talons hanging at the end of it. There's no sure way to get that crystal lizard. It is very difficult to get it. The best thing I've found to do is scare the lizard and get it running, and if you're lucky, it'll run off the cliff and just die, and then you get it. If you're a pyromancer or something, you can throw fireballs at it. Or actually, got the Millwood great bow, and we do have a few of those arrows. Let's try shooting it with the great bow. Let's see how that works. Oh, cancel. Damn it! I wanted to cancel out of the. Oh wait, I'm walking now. What the fuck? I wanted to walk to a higher elevation. All right, let's see how this works. Hey, look at that. Knocked it right down. Nice. And he won't drop unless you go onto the bridge. Ah, oh well. It was worth a shot. I think you get Twinkling Titanite from that one. I'm not definite though. And chase it down at your own risk. That's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, follow the pathway, get on the roof. Inside the windows here, you will find 2 of the Corvian Knights, 1 of each that we've seen so far. We want to... you can sit here and snipe them to death out of the windows. I am not gonna do that. I just want to hit this guy once so he jumps down. There we go. You can just totally post up here and shoot at him, but they walk around. So like you have to wait, shoot them, and then it's gonna run around, and when it gets in view again, shoot it again. It takes quite a while. Instead of that, we're gonna drop down onto the beams, the wooden beams here. We're gonna drop down. There's an item to the left of the way I'm standing now, up in the rafters. We're gonna grab. I want to be as quiet as possible. Okay, well, fuck me, right? Grab that and let's get the hell out of here. And let's head over to the gate. I was gonna do that anyway, but so drop down, grab the miracle, and then get this gate open. Let's see if I can lose this guy. Nope, here he comes. Motherfucker. Dude, go the fuck away. I don't want to go in there yet. You don't want to go in there until you're absolutely ready. You know what? Since he's gone, I'm gonna head back up to the roof and I'm gonna grab that item in the rafters. One window you can drop down to the rafters, and the other window you'll miss it. And it's that way on both sides. There we go. Soul of a Crestfallen Knight. It's a pretty large amount of souls at this point in the game, so. And then, god damn it, go the fuck away. Oh, and this tree's alive. You know what? Fuck this. Alright, I'm gonna go refresh myself at the bonfire. Alright. Now I'm just gonna head straight across. I'm gonna hide by that pillar. I'm gonna let the Corvi Knight go by, and then I'm gonna go through the gate. Alright, and before we go in, there's a couple of items around the right hand side. There is one of those tree ladies over here, so get your fire bombs ready unless you have a weapon with fire. And a couple of rusted coins. I mean, there's nothing wonderful over here, but might as well just get everything. Okay, so the NPC Sir William, we talked to him outside the cathedral building across the roped bridge earlier. We're going to fucking cheese him to death.
I've seen your kind. Time and time again. Every flippin'
Blah 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 blah. Okay. We're just gonna lead him outside. Just anywhere down around this area. If you can get him down into the graves, he'll get stuck there. But anywhere that's a little bit distance away from this platform area, he won't attack you. He'll just try and walk back over here. Come on down. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. And just try and stand in front of him if you can and keep hitting him so he can't really get around you. Oh, there he goes. Oh no. Figures he'd heal. You fuck. Fucking A. Oh. Oh, nice.
Forgive me, my lady.
And that's how you cheese him.
That I have failed you, lady.
It actually probably works a lot better if you just have a plain straight sword. If I would have took out the broadsword, I probably could have hit him a little quicker. But oh well. Because when I did my level 1 playthrough, I used the broadsword mostly, and I had a really easy time cheesing him, so... Alright, got the key. There's nothing inside this building on the lower level, so just open up the stairs here right away and head up. Talk to the painting lady.
I believe thou art the one of whom other one. 'Tis the door.
And there's nothing right in here either. There is an elevator that we can activate later. The door is locked from this side, because she is locked in here. On the balcony is a ledge you can go out around to a bonfire. Open up that door. Alright, so up ahead is kind of like a little bit of a maze, and there is a lot of the followers, Legion soldiers up here. And I mean a lot. So we are going to run through this and dodge as quickly as we can. Fair warning, I'm sure I might die, so... see if I can remember where everything is. These should just be some prism stones. Yeah. The main direction to go is to the right. I'm heading over to the... God damn it. The left first. I wasn't sure if there was anything over here. No, I think the first item you can pretty much get is across that log. So you have to get up on the cliffs right here and kind of walk along the edge. And we're gonna skip that log and head across the bridge and activate the shortcut. Oh. Just tap the elevator and get back off. Sending it down is all you need to do. Then we're gonna run back and we're gonna walk across the log. We're gonna get met in the middle by one of the guys with the javelins, and we're gonna try and roll around him if we can. All right, one item over here, a Titanite chunk, and that's it. And then we're getting out of here. I know there's something along the left side. There it is. Let's follow this around and we'll drop down and grab this. The follower shield, pretty good wooden shield from them. I want their armor, so I'm gonna kill a few of them, but I'm not gonna go crazy. I could see one sitting down. There we go. I want him to come closer. Out of all of them, I hate the ones with the shield the most. Ugh. Alright. I know by a tree there's another chunk around here somewhere. Been go. Got it. And let's get out of here. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's keep going up to the right now. Alright, let's go that way. So this goes nowhere for the moment. So instead of running up this ledge, we'll make our way up that pathway. I don't think there was anything else. I know you can pick up their torch weapon, but it's yeah, it's further up. So the main items to get in the immediate area when you come in here is their shield and 2 Titanite chunks. And to get through the area, you want to kind of stay to the right and keep going upwards. When you get to this spot, you can see how the snow looks a little bit different. If you walk out onto that embankment of snow, it will crumble and drop you down into an area that we do not want to go to yet. So we're going to continue this direction down the path. And now we're going to start encountering wolves. And they jump out from around the corners and attack you. Which is up here. Before we head up that way though, we're going to go back down to the left hand side in this split. Oh, here comes some wolves now. And I believe this is the torch. No, 2 large Titanite shards, but keep following this path and we'll get to the torch. Yeah, here we go. Alright, now we're back to this spot. Now we're just going to keep heading up and watching out for dogs or wolves. Should be a good sized group of them. There's nothing down there. Continue up. Alright, this does get a little bit tricky. To the left there's a dead end with the with the Quakestone hammer at the end, guarded by one of the Viking guys. He will keep shooting his bow until you hit him with something. I'm not sure if it has to be a melee attack or not. Let's shoot an arrow at him and see if we can get him to should come over this way. Nope, he just keeps shooting. The hell? Yeah, that's gonna take forever. Alright, I'm gonna run up and hit him, because he's standing right in the way of that thing. I need him to move. There we go. Grab this, and then we'll take the path back down and go the way we need to go. Hopefully we lose him. Nope, here he comes. He's still coming. Go back, go back. Shit, we're gonna get sandwiched. Alright, we don't need to grab anything here. We just need to get down the cliff right to here. And then continue on. You can see the rotted trees. These are the shortcuts. We'll walk up to them and push X. There's 2 of them. That'll be rotted tree number 1. And rotted tree number 2. And since we have the shortcuts all opened up, I'm gonna head over to the bonfire and refill my Estus. And the elevator should be ready to go. No armor for me. But before we head into like the mining shaft area, we're gonna drop down into the area with the Vikings and grab there's some big sized souls that are around, a few of them down there, and then the Earthseeker axe, great axe, the Earthseeker great axe. And I mean, we're not gonna bother fighting any of them. It's pretty easy to avoid them, actually. The harder part, I think, is gonna be dropping down with little health that we have. I think there's a path around the back or something. Let's try dropping down here and see how that goes. Yeah, not too bad. Oh, we gotta go through that way. Alright, drop down the back, head around through the hole. We're gonna drop again. Hopefully without getting the attention of anybody. I'll refill my health. And while you're down here, so there's 2 of them roaming around, and then there's a third that's back in the right hand corner. And he's doing the area of effect attack that you're seeing. So just keep moving. I mean, you don't have to run. You can walk, but just don't stop. And just try not to aggro any of these guys. If you're in New Game Plus, these will be like the champion souls. So and there'll be more, I swear. There's like 3 souls in New Game Plus, and what we picked up as well. So just dodge this guy and get through the cave, and then use a homeward bone and return to the bonfire. There's no other way. And you pretty much have no choice. When you're down in that area, there's no way out of it, so you have to use a homeward bone, or I guess die if if that's the way it has to be. Alright, so head up the elevator. We'll take the shortcuts that we opened up with the rotted trees, and we're gonna head into, it looks like a mining shaft to me. It's definitely, when you get inside, there's no mining equipment or anything. It's just like a regular old cave, but it looks like a mining shaft at the entrance. And we are in the bottom of the cathedral where we met Frida at across the bridge. And I'm just gonna run by all these guys because they're on the other side. There's an illusionary wall. Is there? Oh wait, no, it's not illusionary, but there's a door on the other side that leads up to the bonfire for this building, and I'm gonna sit at it. That way, if we do die, we will respawn here instead of down by the painting lady. And just a heads up, they spit the maggots at you, so it's a very good idea to carry a torch. That way, if you have a torch, like this, the maggots won't cling to you. If you have a torch ready to go, as soon as you pull it out, they'll get off of you. I don't think we've had any enemies up until this point that spit maggots at you yet. When we get into Cathedral of the Deep, we will be introduced to them as well. Okay, so back across the side that we started on. And if you want to get this, go for it. I believe it's just dung. Yeah, it's totally just dung. Oh, he dropped something. Nice. But yeah, it's not really worth getting. So over here in the left-hand corner, this guy was staring at where you find the illusionary hole in the wall. I'm pretty sure these guys are just weak to fire in general. Alright, and down the stairs. Now we're in the lower levels of this place. There is a lot of these flies down here. They're not so bad to deal with when they're by themselves or in smaller groups, but when they're in huge groups like this, it can become very overwhelming very fast. You can take your time and kill them as you go, and that will work pretty well actually. I'm just going to run through this. There's an armor set in one of the corners, and in the middle there's a blood gem, and there's the on one of the posts is a crank to turn to open up Frida's boss room, and then there's also an illusionary door here. So I'm going to grab the items, turn the crank, and go for the illusionary door, and then we'll head out that way. And then once you get through the illusionary door, there is going to be 2 crystal lizards. So if you're running and going quickly like I'm going to be, don't forget to look for those. Alright, let's do this. I just make like a circle around. And we're already hit. Get on our way. And for the illusionary door, one of them will be sitting, looking directly at where it is. So I'll try and watch for that. Oh, here's the crank right here. It's just chaos in there, I swear. Alright, let's go. And dead in the middle, we got the blood gem. Oh, is this it? Is this it? Nope. It's brick. I remember it being brick. Oh, get out of here. Nope, there's the door we came in. Here it is. Got it. And the other one's down here. Alright, cool. We're out of that now. We don't need that. Switch back to the weapon that I've been using. And actually, I'm gonna switch to this. Alright, so at this point, we're going to head down some routes, and we're going, well, actually, I'm not gonna fight the pyro guy because I'm way too underleveled for it, to be honest. So we're just gonna head down and grab the new pyromancy flame that's down there. And there should be a homeward bone down there as well. I don't know if there's a best way down. I mean, as long as you have some common sense about where you're dropping, you should be fine. Just don't be too hasty. There's no enemies on the routes at all. So it's not too hard to get down. Just be mindful of your surroundings and make sure there's something directly below you before you drop. Slowly make our way down. Come on. And the pyromancer that invades when you go into the building here, he's not really hard, but he does a lot of running attacks with the katana, and if he gets a few hits in, he hits pretty hard. So if you don't have a lot of health, like where I'm at right now, it might take me a few tries. And the reward you get is the turret flame. You can summon the ball of fire and it'll shoot 3 fireballs out at enemies, and that's all you get. And I don't need that at all. So if I'm gonna fight him, I'll come back and do it at a later time when I know I won't have any trouble with him. Let's see. So now let's go back to the last bonfire we rested at. It'll be right by Frida, and we'll knock out the bridge and head down that way next. And as you can see, we got it opened up. I'm not even interested in fighting her. That is literally the hardest boss fight for me. At least when you're alone. When you summon everybody that you can summon and just gank her, it's not that bad. But there's a lot less people these days putting their signs down for this spot. Alright, so we're gonna hit the bridge and turn it into a ladder. And head on down. This part is actually pretty difficult. There's enemies throughout the routes, and there's 2 guys that can shoot arrows at you. The exploding arrows, by the way, that'll knock you off the limbs. One direction is you can go straight ahead and just keep going this way and come around. Another way is to drop down right here. This is the newer way that I've started going, and I think it's a little bit easier because we want to get to the follower's saber and get that before we make our way all the way down. There is one crystal lizard in this area. Chances are if you see it, it'll run and then it's gonna fall and die, and you'll get it without even having to worry about attacking it. But let's head down and try and get the follower's saber and make our way down without dying. It's been a while since I've been here, so hopefully I can remember each way to go. I'm gonna kill him just so I don't have to worry about him later on. I remember there's a spot to drop down and get the follower saber faster. Let's just go for it. I have no idea. At this point, at least. Alright. Maybe right here? I don't know. Oh, oh no! God damn it. Alright, so I don't think it's this way anymore. I'm going to go down where that guy is sitting and then head down from there. Like I said, it's been a while since I've done this. And as soon as I get it right and I don't die on the way down, that's the clip I'm going to use. So let's see if we can do this. Can I lock onto this guy? Yes. Okay. And drop down twice. Let's go for the lizard. Might as well. There we go. And I'm getting rushed. Ah, you fuck. One ember. Alright, I'm kind of in a spot where it's safe for right now. I'm gonna use an ember. Where the hell did that come from? Jesus. Right there. I want to drop down here. Shit, gotta go. Don't die, don't die. And then right here, and here's the follower saber. Now I gotta get the rest of the way down without dying. It's the arrows. Those are the hardest things to deal with. Alright, we made it. Go, go, go. And turn around and run for the bonfire. Alright, that worked out. Thankfully. Alright, so I died twice before I figured out which way to go. Okay. Alright, from the bonfire straight out to the left-hand side, you'll see a crab. To the right-hand side, you'll see nothing. But to the right-hand side is the a boss. If you defeat the boss on the right-hand side, way over there, you get the ashes to enter the PvP arenas of the DLC. It's one of the ways to get the ashes, because in the second DLC, the Ring City, there's also a way to get the ashes. So, and the boss is just the giant wolf, and then like a fucking NPC. It's not hard. We're going to go left. We're gonna get the Titanite slab now. We're gonna run past the crab and run up the little hill that's on the right-hand side. There we go. Now these trees seem like a little bit harder than usual. I'm gonna need some fire to deal with them. And once we get to the dead end that's down the way, we're gonna kill all the trees on the way, so we don't have to deal with them at all. If you leave trees, like one's close by right here, there'll be a problem later. We're gonna kill the tree at the very end, which will drop a ladder right here. And if you don't kill these trees, they can shoot those fireballs that slowly follow you and drift through the air, and they'll knock you off the ladder. And if you die, you have to kill the tree again to get the ladder to come back down. If you respawn, the ladders won't be there until you complete the task. So let's do this. You can get a jumping attack in on this one. Alright, and supposedly the last tree over here is Pontiff's mother. Supposedly. But make sure you use fire, because she can actually get pretty difficult. Like, keep her stunned as much as you can. And then the snap freeze spell, which allows you to shoot frost out in AoE attack right in front of you. But yeah, I mean that seemed pretty easy, right? Use fire and it is easy. If you don't, she starts getting all crazy and spazzing out and shooting her limbs out. It gets pretty tough. And by the way, there's 3 crabs in total that come out. There's 2, you kill both of them, and I think one more comes out. If you kill them all, you get a crystal gem, if that's worth it to you. And you don't have to kill them all at once. You can take them on one by luring them. But alright, we'll head straight up the ladder, and there will be one more ladder after this long one. And when we get to the top, there'll be a Titanite slab. And I think that's it for the DLC, the first one, Ashes of Ariandel. Because I'm not going to take on any of the bosses here. I just wanted to do a quick run through, get some upgrade materials, get the Blessed Gem, get the axe. Which axe was it? The Millwood Battle Axe. And then that should give us a pretty good edge on the rest of the game. And there's technically 2 more slabs you can get out of this world. One is by, so Frida has 3 phases to her fight. You make it past the first 2 and you get a slab. If you defeat her and then talk to the Corvian that we talked to at the beginning of the village, he will give you the 3rd one. I mean, at this level, to get past her first 2 phases isn't as hard as you might think. It's getting past that 3rd phase that's really the bitch. So if you want to go for a second slab this early in the game, just take on Frida and make it past 2 of her phases and you're good. But that pretty much concludes the DLC at this point. I'm gonna head back to the shrine. I'm gonna take care of my upgrading. I will probably come back in here and farm up some of the followers' armor and maybe get some extra large titanite shards in the process, which would be nice. And then I'll head back to the Cathedral of the Deep, and we'll do that next. And we really will do that next. I know I said it last time and I ended up doing this in its place, but this is definitely worth coming into early on in your playthrough. Get a bunch of good stuff before you're really supposed to have it and start kicking some ass now. Alright, thanks for watching. Hopefully I helped you out a little bit. See you next time.